Moreau, a teenager whose life takes a terrifying turn when her powers first awaken during her very first period. Her gift: hemokinesis, is the ability to control blood. But what should have been a milestone moment turns into a nightmare when she accidentally kills her parents, leaving her younger sister Annabeth traumatized and distant. Fast forward 8 years, and Marie is given a second chance at a future when she's accepted into Godolkin University, an elite training ground for up-and-coming superheroes, or supes. On day 1, she bonds with her quirky roommate, Emma Meyer, and meets the school's top dog, Luke Reardon, along with his circle of powerful friends, Andre Anderson, Jordan Lee, and Kate Dunlap. But things quickly spiral. At a campus party, Andre loses control of his magnetic powers and injures a girl. Marie steps in, using her own blood powers to save her, becoming a viral hero overnight. But fame comes with a cost. To protect the reputations of the privileged upperclassmen, Professor Brink, one of Godolkin's top minds, expels Marie. Furious and confused, she storms into his office, only to find him dead, murdered by none other than Golden Boy Luke. And that's when everything unravels. Haunted by disturbing visions of a mysterious boy in the woods, Luke lashes out in a fiery rampage, targeting Marie. Jordan and Andre barely manage to stop him. In his final moment of clarity, Luke whispers something chilling to Andre, then uses his pyrokinesis to end his own life. What is Godolkin hiding? And who is the boy in the woods? After the chaos, Vought International swoops in to do what they do best: cover everything up. The deaths of Luke and Professor Brink? Swept under the rug. But Vought spins the narrative, giving Marie full credit for stopping Luke's rampage. Overnight, she becomes a rising star, the first freshman ever to crack Godolkin University's elite top 10 rankings. With fame comes new pressure and new allies. Marie finds herself under the watchful eye of Dean Indira Shetty, the university's calm, calculating head, who offers mentorship, but seems to know more than she lets on. Meanwhile, Marie's roommate, Emma, starts to find her own place on campus. She clicks with fellow student Justine Garcia, until things take a nasty turn. Justine discovers Emma's secret: her size-shifting powers only work when she purges her food. Justine exposes her online, leaving Emma betrayed and furious. Their friendship explodes. Oh, as Emma deals with betrayal, Andre and Kate quietly start digging into the truth behind Luke's death. What they uncover is chilling. A hidden recording that reveals Luke's younger brother, Sam, is still alive and being held captive in a secret facility called The Woods. Even more disturbing? The whole thing is being run by none other than Dean Shetty herself. Determined to expose the truth, Andre searches Professor Brink's office while Marie learns Vought reached out to her estranged sister Annabeth, only to be told Annabeth wants nothing to do with her. Heartbroken, Marie keeps quiet about Jordan's role in Luke's death during a live televised interview, protecting her friend, but burying part of the truth. Andre eventually finds the location of The Woods, but his luck runs out as campus security closes in. Just when it looks like he's caught, Kate arrives to save him. But there's a cost. She collapses in his arms, suffering a seizure from pushing her powers too far. Secrets are surfacing. Loyalties are being tested. And at Godolkin University, nothing is what it seems. 3 years earlier, we get a chilling glimpse into the past. Luke and Kate visit Luke's younger brother Sam, who's being held in a secret facility. But the reunion isn't a happy one. Sam, volatile and traumatized, is furious when he learns the truth. Their powers weren't some gift from God. They came from Compound 5. Enraged, he lashes out and accidentally kills a guard. It takes everything Luke and Kate have just to calm him down. Now, in the present, the pieces of that secret are finally coming together. Andre and Kate reflect on what they've uncovered: that Sam is still alive, and the woods is very real. Kate, worried for Andre's safety, begs him not to go any further. The moment turns intimate, and the two share a passionate night together, unsure of what tomorrow might bring. Elsewhere, Marie returns to the dorm to find Emma exhausted and emotionally drained after her public humiliation. She tries to reach out, but things boil over. A heated argument explodes between the two friends, both hurting, both misunderstood. The next day, Marie gets a surprise invitation from Dean Shetty, a fancy gala fundraiser being held in honor of the late Professor Brink. But the polished veneer of Godolkin glamour doesn't hide the cracks forming underneath. Meanwhile, Emma's troubles keep piling up. Her mom shows up with a classic Vought offer, a spot on a reality show to cash in on Emma's powers. But Emma's done being used. She shuts it down. Later, in a rare moment of calm, Emma and Marie reconnect and make peace. Then, Andre makes a desperate request. He needs someone to sneak into the woods. Emma, still fragile but determined, steps up. Using her powers, Emma infiltrates the dark underbelly of the facility. There, she finally comes face to face with Sam. He's alive, but far from safe. Their meeting is short-lived. Alarms blare. Guards flood in. They knock Sam out and go into lockdown. Emma is forced to defend herself, killing a guard before shrinking down to escape. She's alive, but now she knows just how deep the rot goes. After barely surviving the woods, Sam regains consciousness, and what follows is pure carnage. He unleashes the full fury of his powers, tearing through guards with brutal efficiency. Bloodied and unhinged, he escapes the facility with Emma by his side. They hide out in an abandoned drive-thru, where it becomes clear that Sam's mind is fractured. He starts spiraling, plagued by hallucinations and rage. Then he says it. He's going to kill Dr. Edison Cardosa, the psychologist who experimented on him. Emma, realizing how dangerous the situation is, slips away and rushes back to Godolkin University to warn the others. At the same time, Marie tries to find Emma through unconventional means. She turns to Rufus, a student with psychic abilities. But things take a horrifying turn. Rufus drugs her, and Marie wakes up in his bedroom, trapped and helpless as he attempts to assault her. Before he can go any further, Jordan bursts in, and Marie, in a fit of rage and survival, explodes Rufus's genitals with her powers. Yeah, you heard that right. And just when things couldn't get any messier, Tech Knight, Celebrity Soup, Vought Plus host, and professional human lie detector arrives on campus to film an episode of The Whole Truth. But he's not there for the cameras. He's on a mission from Vought to pin Luke's suicide on an innocent student, someone expendable. Tech Knight's interrogation style is ruthless. He uses his powers to see through lies, exposing secrets with surgical precision. When it's Marie's turn, he forces her to reveal Jordan's involvement in Luke's final moments. It's a betrayal Marie didn't want to make, but she had no choice. Then, Tech Knight discovers that Sam escaped the woods on Shetty's watch. He plans to take her down, until Shetty flips the script. She threatens to expose his most disturbing secret, his unnatural sexual obsessions. It's enough to make even Tech Knight back off. Back on campus, chaos reaches a boiling point. Sam returns. He's more unstable than ever, and the team Marie, Emma, Andre, Jordan, and Kate are forced to work together to subdue him. It's a brutal fight. Powers clash, emotions run high, and somehow, they win. But not without a cost. Once again, Marie blacks out. And when she wakes up, she's in bed with Jordan. Things take a surreal turn when Marie and the others suddenly wake up. At a party. Music's blasting, lights are flashing, but none of them have any idea how they got there. But Shetty draws the line, at least for now. Back on campus, Kate, still posing as an ally, claims psychic student Rufus is the one behind everyone's amnesia. Suspicious, and goes off to confront Rufus himself. Emma finally tracks down Sam. He's devastated, confused, but he reveals the truth. She confesses. She is the one who's been manipulating their minds. And now, she's here to give their memories back. All of them. After restoring everyone's memories, Kate collapses, her powers overwhelmed, and suddenly, Marie, Jordan, and Andre find themselves trapped inside her mind. It's not a dream. It's not an illusion. It's a psychic prison. They're greeted by a strange figure, Kate's childhood imaginary friend, soldier boyfriend, who warns them that if they don't escape soon, Kate's mind will shut down permanently, and they'll go down with her. As they explore this twisted dreamscape, they're pulled into fragmented memories. In one, Luke confronts Andre with a brutal truth. While he was still alive, Andre secretly convinced Kate to cheat on him. The betrayal cuts deep. Before anyone can process the tension, the group is flung into one of Jordan's memories, a proud moment when they saved Professor Brink from a furious Luke and earned a spot as his teaching assistant. But even good memories can't hide what's coming. The illusion fractures again, revealing a harrowing flashback. The Reardon siblings, Luke and Sam, being experimented on inside the woods. The worst part? Kate was the one who used her powers to make Luke forget it ever happened. As they descend deeper, they land in Marie's most traumatic memory, the night her powers first erupted. Blood everywhere. Her parents are dead, and her little sister Annabeth staring at her in horror, accusing Marie of killing them on purpose. Emotionally wrecked and out of time, the group finally finds Kate broken and consumed by guilt. But instead of turning on her, they help her face it. They convince her to stop running and take responsibility. And just like that, they all wake up. But the calm doesn't last. Sam arrives, furious and ready to punish Kate. Before it escalates, Emma steps in, risking everything to talk him down. And it works. Then Kate drops a bombshell. Shetty used Sam to amplify Luke's powers. And worse, she's been experimenting on other kids too. Elsewhere, the nightmare deepens. Dr. Cardosa begins testing his virus, starting with Betsy, an innocent girl with electrokinetic powers. The result is horrifying. Her powers weaken, her body fails, and she dies. At first, Shetty is shocked. But then, she leans in. She orders Cardosa to make the virus contagious. Godolkin is about to become ground zero. With the truth about the virus and the woods weighing heavily, Marie and Jordan take matters into their own hands. They break into Dean Shetty's office, hunting for hard evidence. Their goal? Expose everything to Victoria Newman, the rising political star visiting Godolkin University for a town hall. But while snooping through Shetty's files, a drunken Dr. Cardosa suddenly stumbles in, muttering about his virus, completely unaware that Marie and Jordan are hiding just beneath the desk. They learn a chilling new piece of the puzzle. Shetty's hatred of Soups is personal. Years ago, her entire family was killed in a plane crash, caused by none other than Homelander. Later, Shetty takes her plan to the next level, appealing to Colonel Grace Mallory for help. She wants to release the virus globally, to wipe out every Soup on Earth. But Mallory sees the madness in her eyes and declines. Secretly, she puts Shetty under surveillance. Meanwhile, Andre deals with a personal crisis. His father, the once mighty Polarity, suffers a seizure and is rushed to the hospital. As Andre grapples with his legacy, tensions explode on campus. Student protesters ignite a riot, demanding justice and exposing Vaught's lies. From the chaos, a new movement is born. Soup's Lives Matter. As crowds scatter, Marie gets a chance to speak with Victoria Newman, face to face. They share a surprising bond. Similar powers, similar pasts. Marie pleads with her to help expose the woods. But Newman, ever the politician, offers a different path. If you really want to make change, she tells Marie, don't just fight the system, become part of it. Behind the scenes, the walls close in on Shetty. Kate confronts her and forces her to finally reveal everything. her personal vendetta, the experiments, and the man behind it all, Thomas Godolkin himself. Then, in a chilling moment of mind control, Kate commands Shetty to take her own life. The final thread? Dr. Cardosa. He tries to do the right thing, meets with Newman, and hands over a sample of the virus. But it's a fatal mistake. To protect the secret, Newman kills him on the spot. The virus exists. The cover-up deepens. And the real power players are only just stepping into the light. As chaos brews behind closed doors, Vaught's CEO Ashley Barrett scrambles to protect the company's image. In a meeting with Godolkin University's trustees, she works out how to spin Luke's suicide into another polished PR campaign the Vaught way. But outside the boardroom, all hell breaks loose. Kate and Sam storm the woods, unleashing every captive superhuman that's been locked away and experimented on. Their goal? Vengeance. What follows is a full-blown massacre. The newly freed soups rampage across campus, targeting anyone without powers. Marie, Jordan, and Emma rush in to stop the bloodshed. As the violence escalates, Marie pushes her powers harder than ever before showing a newfound mastery over her bloodbending abilities. She's no longer afraid of what she can do. But Sam is unraveling. Haunted by hallucinations of his brother Luke, he's confronted with the truth. Luke died trying to protect others, not destroy them. Luke begs him to stop. But Sam doesn't listen. Instead, he lets Kate erase his emotions completely, severing what little humanity he had left. Elsewhere, Andre faces the truth about his legacy. Polarity's seizures weren't just age-related. They were caused by long-term brain damage from using his powers. And now, the mantle passes to Andre, just in time to help fight off the rampaging soups. As the battle rages, Kate tries to brainwash Jordan. But Marie steps in, and in a moment of rage and power, she blows Kate's arm clean off. And then, the world stops. Homelander arrives. In a moment, straight out of a nightmare, he descends through the sky, looks Marie dead in the eyes, and accuses her of betraying her own kind. Before she can react, he blasts her with his heat vision. Cut to black. Sometime later, news reports flood the airwaves, but the story has been twisted. Vaught has framed Marie, Jordan, Emma, and Andre as the villains behind the Godolkin massacre. And Kate and Sam. They're being celebrated as heroes now dubbed the Guardians of Godolkin. Meanwhile, Marie wakes up in a locked-down hospital room, her friends by her side. No answers, no way out, just silence and confusion. Mid-credits scene. In the ruins of the Woods facility, a familiar shadow appears. Billy Butcher steps into the frame, surveying the damage. And just like that, Gen V collides with the boys' universe. The war is just beginning.